When working with algebraic expressions, or expressions that have variables and numbers involved, often we're asked to plug in actual values. This question states you have been hired by a small organization and they want to know what their network density is. Network density is the measure of network health and effectiveness. You do inventory around the building and count that there are 6 nodes. I'm going to highlight that because that's important information. And 12 actual connections. Recall that the potential connection formula is n times n minus 1 over 2, where n stands for nodes, and the network density formula is AC, that's actual connections, over PC, that's potential connections. This is a multi-step problem, so let's start with the first one. What will the expression for potential connections look like with the value for the nodes plugged in? Well, they gave us 6 nodes, and we're going to replace n, which stood for nodes, with 6, so we end up using it 2 times. Since it just wants to know what it will look like, we're not solving yet. That will be a later question. If you need to type this in, we do 6 times is the star symbol on the keyboard, parenthesis 6 minus 1, divide is the / symbol. So that's this typed in. So then how many potential connections are there is actually solving this. If we take a calculator and plug in that algebraic expression, the Desmos Scientific Calculator can be helpful. When we type it in, we want this entire numerator, so we're going to do the fraction button first, so that we make sure everything we type after this is in the numerator of the fraction. So 6 times 6 minus 1 over 2 tells us that our potential connections are 15. Last question, what is network density written as a percent? Network density formula is actual connections over potential. Actual connections we have are 12, divided by potential is 15. We will need our calculator once again, and we do 12 divided by 15. Since it does want this as a percentage and not a decimal, if we times by 100, that tells us the percent. This is 80%. We may also have to come up with an algebraic expression from a sentence. So this says, the 4th grade class collected paper towel tubes for an art project. The girls brought in 25 tubes. Again, some important information. Together, the class brought in 37 tubes. Write an expression to find the number of tubes that were brought in by the boys. Use B to represent the unknown number. How many tubes did the boys bring in? So B for boys, we're going to have the number of boys plus what the girls brought in. So the number of tubes brought in by boys is B, plus 25 tubes is the total amount that the class had, 37. And then we're going to figure out what value goes here so that this is a true expression and statement. Well, we need 12 tubes plus the 25 to make the 37 tubes. We could have also done the total amount minus the number of tubes the girls brought, and that's the number of tubes the boys brought.